everybody refers to them as defendants. Okay, got it. All right, so Leda,
I'll put you as host, Judge.
right, and I'll make you co-host before I forget. Okay. All right, so I'm going to put this down here. Maybe I can keep track of it there. All right, admit all. Okay. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. We are live on YouTube, and let's proceed. I know that Mr. Cardenas has a plea ready. Is that correct, Mr. Cardenas?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. I have not seen the paperwork. We need to check and see if we can get a hold of the waiver at least.
Judge, I'll bring it to you.
All right, thank you. Mr.
Thank you.
Palacios, you are here on one of my compliance hearings, right?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, must be on Kanan Jackson.
Yes.
And I see Brian O'Donnell, he's the attorney for Mr. Jackson. Mr. O'Donnell, there was an attorney this morning and I forgot my notes at home. But he, what happened? Oh. He had two of the Mr. Jackson's cases. He wanted to know if you could take over those.
If it pleases the court, that would be fine, Your Honor.
Okay, great. All right, so we can, Mr. Jackson is here or not? No.
Your Honor, I did request a gentleman and they supposedly gonna get him.
Okay, all right, well, we'll have to wait for him to get here. All right, the other thing is, I know, Mr. Zamora, do you have a plea ready for today?
Actually, it's not a plea. It was a matter that was off docket. I conferred with the state. We have an agreement. I believe he has a setting November 10th. I just wanted to verify that.
Oh,
But we've got two matters resolved. One was reduced from a felony UCW to a misdemeanor A UCW, but we do have an agreement. Spoke with Mr. Lowry.
okay,
My client also has an outstanding warrant on the motion to revoke. I was going to see if we could recall it or just do a PR. He has maintained constant contact with me since this violation. We'll pick it up
Okay.
to new offense.
okay, so you want to do a PR bond on him?
If you would, he's never been the guy calls me like every day. I mean, so it's never been an issue of getting a hold of him. And he's got a very fair offer and we are going to take it.
All right, so at this point, but he is not here, right?
That is correct. I mean, I just got off the phone with him. Like I said, he calls daily.
Oh, okay.
It's a Joseph Truitt. And if I can give you his SID, it's 112-5331.
Chat that to Aleda. That way, I'm here at the courthouse today.
Okay, I'll chat the information to her, and I just want to verify that he has that setting on November 10th.
Okay, great.
Okay,
So-
thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, and so just verify that with Aleda. Okay.
Okay,
All right, so I'm looking for, oh, here's Mr. Bosis. All right, Mr. Bosis, are we ready to do a plea on cause number 661690?
Yes, Judge, I can do that.
All right. Take away this pen. All right, so Mr. Valdez, would you please unmute yourself, sir? You're still muted, Mr. Valdez. Can you see that little microphone icon? Uh-oh, what happened? There we go. No, Mr. Valdez. Oh, there you go.
Yes. There
All
we go.
right. And could you say something? Because I can't see the bottom of your picture.
I'm here.
Okay, great. I'm going to ask you to please raise your right hand and be sworn.
Do you solemnly swear the testimony that you are about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. This is cause number 661690, the state of Texas versus Stephen Daniel Valdez. Counsel, please make your announcements.
Person asked for the defendant.
Brett Bosis for the state.
All right. So are you Daniel Valdez?
Stephen Daniel Valdez. Yes, ma'am.
Stephen
Yes, ma'am.
Daniel Valdez. Are you Stephen Daniel Valdez?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you will see on the screen a document entitled Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights and Court's Admonitions. And we're going to look at the first page of the waiver that shows that you are being charged with the offense of driving while intoxicated with a blood alcohol content of 0.15 or higher. Are we going to proceed on that, Mr. Bosis?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. The range of punishment for that is from up to 1 year in Bexar County Jail and or a fine up to $4,000. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. If we go to page 2, and can we put that on again so he can see defendant's signature? Well, you remember going over this document with your lawyer, Mr. Valdez?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and did you sign that document?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand that by signing that document, you're waiving your right to a jury trial, your right to remain silent, as well as those other rights listed on that document?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have an agreement with the state and I follow it, but then later tonight or tomorrow you change your mind and you want to take back your plea, you would need my permission to do that, but I do not have to give that permission. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
If I assess a harsher punishment than what you have agreed to, then you can take back your plea and nothing you've said or signed for today's hearing can be used against you. Also, if you plead no contest to this offense, I can still find you guilty of this offense. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So, Mr. Cardenas, have you had an opportunity to discuss a charge with Mr. Valdez?
Yes, Your Honor, I have.
In your opinion, does he have a factual as well as a rational understanding of the charge?
Yes, Your Honor, he does.
And has he been able to assist you in his defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I will approve the waiver. Do we have an agreement?
We do, Your Honor. I just need to ask defense counsel, did your client complete the classes up front?
Yes, he did. I provided that to Mr. Lowry.
Okay. So then the agreement, Your Honor, is that the state will waive the over 0.15 enhancement. There will be a $600 fine plus court costs, deferred adjudication for 18 months, 48 hours community service. Defendant has already completed the DWI education and the victim impact panel, so he should provide the certificates to probation. He must also do the ATP evaluation, ignition interlock for 6 months, and restitution of $60 to DPS.
Correct. That was the plea.
Mr. Cardenas, that is your understanding of the agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, that is the plea.
Okay, so instead of this being a Class A misdemeanor, you're saying that the enhancement is being waived, Mr. Bosis?
That's correct, Judge.
Okay, so that makes it a Class B? Is it going to be, is it going to be a DWI first or what is it?
Well, yes, it's a DWI first either way, but it's without the 0.15 enhancement. So
Okay,
that does reduce it to a class B rather than a class A.
okay. That does reduce it to a class B. Okay. All right. All right, so then I just want to update you, Mr. Valdez. The range of punishment for this is from 72 hours up to 180 days in Bear County Jail and or a fine up to $2,000. So it is become a different sentence from what we started out with, okay?
I understand, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, sir. All right, so to the offense of driving while intoxicated as a class B misdemeanor, how do you plead, sir?
I plead no contest, Your Honor.
All right, is anybody forcing you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you doing this of your own free will?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
All right, I will accept your plea. I am going to, I'm not making any findings of guilt. I am going to place you on deferred adjudication for a period of 18 months. Assess a $600 fine plus court costs. You are to complete 48 hours community service, DWI education and victim impact panel, although you will get credit for that because you've already completed it, but we do need to see the proof, the certification, okay?
Yes.
You also will need to complete the ATP evaluation and on your vehicle install ignition interlock for 6 months and pay a $60 restitution to the Department of Public Safety. All right, is there anything further from defense?
Your Honor, nothing further.
State?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right. I do want to advise you, Mr. Valdez, this is a wonderful resolution for you. As long as you keep your promises, you will not have a conviction. That's very important. But if for some reason the state finds reason to file a motion and I find sufficient reason to follow it, then I can give you that conviction, revoke your community supervision, assess up to 180 days in Bear County Jail, and you would have a very limited right of appeal. So it's very important that you understand there is a downside to not completing this and not being successful, and it's not a good solution for you. So it's to me, it's a second chance. Reputation is very, very important, and you will not have that stain on your reputation if you complete this successfully, right? All right, so I have followed your agreement, Mr. Valdez, so that means you do not have a right to appeal. Let me see, did you fill out a personal data sheet?
Yes, Your Honor.
Let me see. Okay, looks pretty good. Do you swear that everything you put on here is true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
I do, Your Honor.
All right, sir. At this time, we can conclude this hearing. I'm going to ask you to visit with our CLO, Mr. Corey Richardson. He's going to give you important information on what to expect and how to proceed, okay? I want to wish you the best of luck. And Aleda, do we just need to put them in a breakout room since you're on Zoom, right?
And Your Honor, if I may make a comment, please.
Yes, sir.
I just want to thank you and the state for, the second chance and the leniency. And I mean, it's been rough the last couple of years after being, out of the military after serving 20 years and retiring and then COVID. But I assure you that you won't see me in your courtroom ever again or any courtroom ever.
Okay. Well, unless you come back as a juror, that would be great. Okay.
Yes.
All right. We want to wish you the best of luck, Mr. Valdez. We're all human. Sometimes we make poor choices. Sometimes we make mistakes, but that really doesn't have to define who we are, right? So
Thank you.
I hope that this will work out very well for you. Okay.
Thank
All
you.
right. This hearing is concluded, and I need for Mr. Valdez to visit with Mr. Richardson at this time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There you go.
She said, here's her,
Oh.
she said, you'll have to put them in a breakout.
I have to put him in the breakout room. Okay. I have to do everything. No. Okay, Mr. Valdez, I'm going to send you a prompt. Well, where did it go? She must have done it. Well, let me look in the breakout room, see what happened. Yeah, okay. She's fast.
Oh, well, okay.
She,
I guess she did
she,
it before she left.
she doesn't piddle around, so.
If I may, Judge, is there any way I can go into a breakout room with the state?
I'm sorry, who's speaking?
Cornelius Cox, a breakout room with the state judges, like, if I can, put me in line or.
Okay. All right, let me see.
This morning, Judge.
All right, so I thought we had another plea today. Do we have another one or not? Okay, so I guess the only concern I have is do we have both Chris and Brett today? This afternoon?
Your Honor, I actually was just gonna let Brett do it for the pleas. This is Chris. I'm down in the office, but I can run upstairs and jump on. I didn't realize that we were doing conferring and stuff. I thought it was just one plea.
It was, yeah, I thought it was two pleas, but I left my notes at home. Okay, so here she's got, Mr. Hicks is here. Angel Gomez. Okay, so I guess since it's already 2:30, I guess I'm just going to do the compliance hearings. Okay, Mr. Lowry, if you will, confer please with Mr. Cornelius Cox. I'll go ahead and send Mr. And are you a co-host, Mr. Lowry?
So right now, Your Honor, I'm actually on a latest computer. I came down to look at the ones that are actually going tomorrow for the jury trial. She said that a few of them have dropped off since this morning.
Okay.
So I'm not, but are we doing a plea or is?
No, it's just conferring with Mr. Cox.
Okay, so if Brett could jump in there.
Okay.
And then if that's all that we're doing is that one conferring, we should be good.
Yeah.
And then I'll finish up what I'm done here. And if you still need me, I'll check before I go back upstairs.
Okay, great, thanks. Okay, well, let me call, let me see, I see Mr. Cardenas, did you have anything else with us?
No, Your Honor, I was gonna ask if I could be excused. I didn't want to interrupt.
Oh, yes, sir. You have a wonderful afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you, you too, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, so Mr. Brian O'Donnell,
Ma'am.
do you need to confer? Well, yeah, there is Mr. Jackson. Do you need to confer with him or can we
I
move
did it
on?
earlier, Judge. I got a chance to talk to him earlier, Your Honor.
All right, well, let me, at this time, I want to, I have a second violation report and a first violation report. I think these are all out of my court. So I just wanted the opportunity. I don't want to go past the third violation report, Mr. Jackson. So when you got released from jail and now you're back in jail, but when you get released, the reason you get released is because you're agreeing to comply with bond conditions. And I need for you to abide by that, because if for some reason you do not report to pretrial or you get in trouble with something else, then I have to do this all over again. I don't want you to sit in jail while you're waiting to get this all resolved. And I know you don't want to either, okay? I just want us to all be on the same page. So you're gonna follow the conditions of your bond, right? And so that when I see you in court, it's gonna be, you know, in the courtroom or on Zoom, not in custody, right? All right, so I'm looking at this, and so I've already signed it. Continue on bond with the same conditions. No contact with Circle K on Potranco Road. No alcohol use, random tests, random drug and alcohol testing, and special needs with 10 days to comply for all cases to coincide. And this I had set. And so the reason we're here is because I'm setting these 2 weeks in advance because sometimes we don't have everybody when we want to have these compliance hearings. So, Mr. O'Donnell, I guess I heard Aleda say something about a PR bond. Is that right?
Your Honor, my client has 4 pending cases. One, he's in jail on. The bond is at $150. He's been at the jail for 19 days now. If the court pleases, we would request a PR bond. I know the state may object due to my client's history. In the alternative, if my client could have a bond reduction from 150, maybe something like $10, I could see if one of our other organizations could post that bond. He does not have anyone to post that for him. He can't afford it. And I talked to him today. He's competent, Judge.
Okay, so I guess my other question is, have you discussed this with either one of our prosecutors?
Not today, Your Honor. I have not. And I did last time when I was here. I was informed that my client has cases at intake, and I believe that they're felony cases. He could be waiting for a very long time. I did not find out how long. They had no estimate, but Assistant District Attorney Pedro Weber told me on October 18 that there will be cases filed.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that he can get out and get into treatment. He does have mental health issues, and I believe it would be in his best interest and society's for him to get out and get connected with the Center for Alcohol Service, Judge.
All right, so I guess if you will talk to pretrial, they can go ahead and prepare the paperwork for me. And we can go, and I do like to have input from the state. So if you'll Pat, run that by them, so we can make sure that, you know, they don't have any major objection to that.
If I'm allowed to, I will just go home to my residence and wait out my court there and not cause more trouble or any more problems or trouble in the community.
Yeah.
I can just stay
So
home.
do you live with a parent or a family or something?
No, I live alone, but I'm sufficient if I'm there alone.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm sure that you're being very, you know, honest at this point. So I just do need to run that by the state before I can absolutely say with confidence that we can do that, okay?
Very well, Judge. Should I ask for a breakout room or wait till
Yeah.
he's available?
Let me send you to a breakout room, Mr. O'Donnell. That way they can go ahead and go to you next, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
So let me get up there and send you to, I'm going to send you to room 3 because that would be next.
Very well. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. And that's Mr. Hicks. I was gone. I had to go to a prior commitment when you came in. Tell me who you're here on and the cause number, please.
Well, we're sort of in pari materia, Judge, because I wasn't here earlier either. I was in the 144th from 10:30 till 1:20
Oh, okay.
on an agreed plea.
All
They
right.
had messed up the paperwork, and so we had to stop in the middle and go back and redo everything.
Oh, so did you get it done finally, I hope?
Yes, my guy's on probation. Instead of going away for 5 years, he's a much happier camper.
Well, okay. Let me see if I can find where it was.
Alex Moreno, he has 2 cases.
Okay, give me one.
625-844. We're on page 1, actually.
Okay, 625-844. 625. Okay, here we go. All right. He has a felony pending.
Yes, I believe he does.
Are you the lawyer on the felony?
No, Karen Corby is, and
All right.
as we all know, Miss Corby is very fond of trial sets.
All right, so I'm going to reset this for December the 8th. Okay,
Thank you very much.
all right. So Mr. Palacios, I'm sorry, I didn't even wait for your input on what we were discussing on Mr. Jackson. So I did ask Mr. O'Donnell to check with the state, but what is your opinion about a PR bond on Mr. Jackson?
I see no issue, Your Honor, as long as he's willing to, make contact with pretrial, and we can assist him with getting referred to the Center for Healthcare for his mental health treatment.
So you're in agreement. Okay, that's good
Yes.
to know. And I'm sorry, I totally spaced out. I should have asked for your opinion before this moment.
No worries, Your Honor.
Are you here on another compliance hearing?
I am not.
Okay, all right. Well then, Mr. Palacios, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it. And
Thank you, Your Honor.
you're excused. You have a great afternoon.
You as well. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so let me see. Mr. Horta, good afternoon.
Hello, how's everything? I have this case from this morning. It's on Ruben Pereira, 633-743. It's a pre-trial, but I think he sent me the information a couple of weeks ago and I didn't notice he had sent it to me. I still got to return it into the DA's office, so I don't know, we can get some time on it.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to reset you to December the 8th. And that way, maybe,
We'll get something from the DA.
yeah, okay.
Okay, Judge.
All right, thank you, Mr. Horta. And your client is not here, right?
No, I mean, I can have him Zoom in. I just talked to him.
Yeah, it's pretty late in the day. I'm just going to take your word for it that, I didn't call this morning, so. Okay, then if you have nothing else, Mr. Horta, I'm
Oh,
gonna,
yeah.
it's good to see you. You have a great.
Likewise, thank you. May I be excused?
Yes, sir. Take care.
Likewise, thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Uh-huh.
So, and Mr. Hicks, what did I do? I'm sorry, I got distracted, didn't I? On your matter?
That's okay, Your Honor.
I think
You have
I said you could come back another day, maybe?
just a few irons in the fire. You
Yeah.
reset me to December the 8th.
That is
because of
correct.
the
Okay.
pending felony.
All right. So, at this time, you are excused, Mr. Hicks. It's always good to see you.
It's
Have a
always delight to
wonderful
see you.
afternoon.
Try not to let them work you too hard.
Okay, thanks. You take care. All right,
Can I
Mr.
protest?
Cox, you're back.
Yes, ma'am. The state needs to reach out to the complainant and see whether they want to, one, still pursue the matter, and two, if there's restitution, how much. So we're gonna need a reset. And my client was here. I don't know if she's still here. Yasmin Casas.
Let me see. I don't see anybody else here, but let me look.
Okay, she was here this morning, all morning. And
Okay,
I was kind of dipping in and out because I had a plea on a robbery case in the 290.
oh,
But I'll let her know whatever the date is.
all
And
right.
I'll call her, Judge.
Okay, let me go here to Yasmin Casas. We're going to reset that to December the 8th, okay?
Okay, thank you very much, Judge.
Thank you, Mr. Cox. You take care. All right. So Adrian Barbiera, would you please unmute yourself? Adrian Barbiera. Oh. Hey, Adrian Barbiera, I'm asking you to start your video. Well, let me see if he's on, if I can find him on the docket. Oh, that's Mr. O'Donnell's client. And he has a pending felony. Okay, Mr. Barbiero, can you hear me? So I just did remove him.
Remove him? Okay. If they're gonna talk to you, go away.
Huh?
If they're not gonna talk to you, go away.
Well,
Sorry what you said. Look.
I will mark him present. Okay, we just are waiting on Mr. Jackson's. Let me see, what did I? Oh, there's Mr. Barbiero, I guess. Oh, Marisa Morales, okay. Hello, Miss Morales, how are you doing?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. I'm well. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So, who's your client, Miss Morales?
Angel Gomez, Your
Oh.
Honor.
If he's been here, I've not been aware of it. Maybe he was here earlier.
Unfortunately, I've not been able to get a hold of him since I saw you 2 weeks ago on this compliance hearing, Your Honor. And so you brought us back today to see if we would be able to find him, and he's just not returned any of our calls.
Okay. All right, can you give me the cost number? Here it is, I just found it. All right, so I'm going to have to do a bond forfeiture, but there'll be seven days before it actually goes out. If so by
Okay.
some miracle he contacts you or vice versa, let us know and we can reset the date.
Okay, Your Honor. Will do.
All right. So other than that, that's the only thing you had today? Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
It's always good to see you. You have a wonderful afternoon. Thank you.
Good to see you too. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Now, Mr. O'Donnell is conferring with Mr. Bosis, so we should know very shortly. Do you have any white out? Oh, here it is. Never mind. I don't know that Mr. Armendariz came in. Mr. Armendariz, Joshua Armendariz. And who just came in?
Mr. Barbiero again,
Okay. Well,
maybe a connection issue. So I just got booted. Oh, no, what?
oh. My computer is not working. I wanted, oh, here, finally I got it. Ask to unmute. And he is on the dock. I just found him.
Yes, 650-267.
650267. Okay,
Correct.
yeah, here it is. Yeah, that's Mr.
Young. Which is Obama. John Young's character.
Okay, Mr. O'Donnell, you had a chance to confer?
Yes, Your Honor, I've had a chance to confer, and I believe the state has no objection to a PR bond with special needs on case number 671-282. And I think it would likely include a no contact order for the Circle K at 100 Exeter Place.
Okay. What was the name of the place again? I was
It's-
writing.
It's
No
100.
contact order with who?
Yeah, EXETER,
Yeah,
Exeter,
that's Exeter, but what was the name of the business?
Circle K, Your Honor.
Oh, it's Circle K. Okay. Okay. Okay, all right, so if, I did talk to Mr. Palacios and he was fine with that also. So, I'm hoping he will come up with the PR bond and send it to me so I can get that done. So, there is somebody else that is on here, named Adrian Barbiera, but I cannot get him to unmute himself and start his video.
Yes, Your Honor, he is my client. He also has a felony case pending with our office. And this morning I talked to him and his Zoom wasn't working at all. But I did talk to him over the phone and told him he had to be here. So we're asking if the court could give this a little longer date, felony pending.
Okay. Let's see, how about December 14? Will that work?
Yes, Your Honor, that would be fine.
Okay, that's what we'll do then for Mr. Barbiera. December 14 it is.
Yes, Your Honor. And may my client be excused? I can call him or text him if he doesn't hear us.
Yes, sir. That'll be fine. Thank you very much,
Good.
Mr. O'Donnell. You have a great afternoon.
Well, Your Honor, I had one more case set on the docket and it was
Okay.
Sarah Montejano.
Okay,
And she's in the very same situation. She is my client. She has a felony pending with our office. She did not join the Zoom today, but I did talk to her last week. She was in communication with our office. And I'd be asking if we could have the same date for her at 12/14.
yeah, we'll do that. I'm just finding a duplicate here, but I'll put that date here, 12/14. Okay,
Thank you very much, Your Honor. May I be excused?
yes, sir. You have a great afternoon. Thank you.
Judge.
All right, we're Mr. Jackson. We're going to wait for the paperwork, sir, but at this point in time, you are excused if you'll tell the deputy that you do not need to be on Zoom any longer today. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. That's it. Everybody, it's time to go back to our desks. Thank you very much. Y'all have a great day.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Judge. Bye.
Bye. Maybe check the breakout rooms. I think we're okay. I can just close everything out. Yeah. Okay.